Don't be angry, or don't be sad. Don't sit crying, yeah, over good times you had. 'Cause there's a girl right next to you, and she's just waiting, yeah, for something to do. Oh, well, there's a rose in a fisty glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can be with the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. Yeah, love the one you're with. Yeah, love the one you're with. Yeah, love the one you're with. Turn your heartache right into joy, 'cause she's a girl and you're a boy. Get it together, yeah, come on and make it nice. You ain't gonna need any more advice, 'cause there's a rose, yeah, in the fisty glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. 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 Love the one you're with, yeah.
You guys know this one. There is just one presence, just one light, shining in the world like the beacon in the night. There is just one power we all can share, one great power everywhere. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. Yes, there's one great power everywhere. There's just one purpose, there's just one spark, burning in our souls like a beacon in the dark. There is just one chorus we all can sing, one great power, let it ring. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. Yes, there's one great power everywhere. You guys can sing this part, ready? One great power,
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 one great power.
one great power everywhere. Yes, it's just one presence, just one light, shining in the world like a beacon in the night. There is just one power we all can share, one great power everywhere. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. Here we go. One great power,
One great power,
one great power,
one great power,
one great Yes, there's one great power everywhere. All right, welcome to Unity of the Oaks. Glad that you came to join us here today. So now we have a congregational song. Just get some energy up. You guys want to stand up or no or yes maybe? Got some lyrics up here for you. It's to Where Have All the Flowers Gone? I am one with all that is. God is everywhere. I am one with all that is. God lives in me. I am one with all that is. The Spirit flows through all of us. I live in unity. I live in unity. I am on the path to peace. God is everywhere. I am on the path to peace. God lives in me. I am on the path to peace. Spirit flows through all of us. I live in unity. I live in unity. As I pray, it will be. God is everywhere. As I pray, it will be. God lives in me. As I pray, it will be. The Spirit flows through all of us. I live in unity. I live in unity. Thank you and welcome again.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Reverend Stacy Macris Ros, and it's so wonderful to see you on this beautiful Sunday morning, isn't it? So, wow, I'm like, they gave me a new mic, and I feel like I'm the voice of God, aren't I? Wow, Tommy.
I know.
I leave for a week or two, and like, they bump me up. I love it. They didn't want to lose me. You're right. Well, welcome through our doors and welcome through our virtual doors as well. We are so happy that you're here and part of our community this morning. You know, Unity of the Oaks is a place for love and acceptance no matter where you've been, what you've done. You are here right now to be love because that's what we see you and recognize you as, an expression of love, an expression of the divine. Your nature is divine. And so we're here to remind you of that as we grow in our spirituality, transform together so that we can live lives that are peace-filled, joyful, and filled with the love that we express in our world. So welcome to everyone online. I didn't get a chance to see who's out there yet, but I know they'll be joining us. So hello to our online audience. And go ahead and take a minute just to say hello to those around you, just to wave, a nod. Yeah, welcome everybody. Of course, the best way to grow our community is to invite a friend on Sundays or to invite them through our virtual doors as well. You can share our video now or later, or again, bring a friend. And that's another way to grow our community and get our unity message out there. So today I'm kicking off a new series. It's going to be 6 weeks. It's called E-Square. It's 9 do-it-yourself experiments that prove your thoughts create your reality. It's a good one, everyone. We're going to get back to the basics, but we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So today will be the first one, which is the Dude Abides principle. You like that one? Okay, well, if Tommy likes it, then we're definitely doing it today. Okay. So we really appreciate that you're here. Let's start our morning with prayer, shall we? If you'll go ahead and just Take a breath. We rush around so much, don't we? It takes a lot to get here. You had to get out of bed, first of all. Then you had to get dressed. So taking a breath and breathing into your heart space of appreciation for all the steps that it took to arrive to this moment. And we take another breath in through the heart, and we exhale through the heart. We fill ourselves with gratitude for this day, for this morning, for being alive, for the divine intelligence in every cell of our being, for spirit that works in and through and as us, so that on this day we express the joy that we are. On this day we are grateful for the blessings, seen and unseen, that are in our lives and that are coming our way. And we give thanks, and we bless this service that touches someone's heart, lifts someone's soul, creates a connection in a new and different way. So, with all the gratitude of our hearts, we say, thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is, and so we bless this Sunday service as we say, amen and amen. Again, thank you for being here, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started with a song. Thanks, Paula.
God is all that I am. I have all that I need. I am grateful. I am blessed. So it is. God is all that I am. I have all that I need. I am grateful. I am blessed. So it is. God is all that I am. I have all that I need. I am grateful. I am blessed. So it is. God is all that I am. I have all that I need. I am grateful. I am blessed. So it is. God is all that I am. I have all that I need. I am grateful. I am blessed. So it is. God is all that I am. I have all that I need. I am grateful. I am blessed. So it is.
A smattering of applause.
Thank you, Juan. I appreciate that. We all need a little help sometime, don't we? Well, good morning, and thank you, Paula, for that beautiful, beautiful song. I'm Judy, and I'm one of the prayer chaplains, and I will be available after church to pray with you, and it would be my honor. Now, I have the honor of preparing us for the time of meditation by reading the daily word. And the affirmation today is center on God within, I think clearly and creatively. The word for today is creative thinking. And this is from March 31st, 1990. My thoughts from attitudes that become the basis of my decisions and actions. The quality of my thinking starts and ends any day, either on a positive or a discouraging note. Sometimes my mind is in a whirl of thinking about tasks at hand, plans for the future, and returns of previous conversations and events. However, I can free my mind to think clearly. I do this by centering myself on the creativity power of God within. I realize that clear thinking is creativity thinking. My thoughts take shape, develop, and grow into material form as I endow them with creativity and follow up with action. Thoughts have power because the quality of my thinking determines the quality of my life. I maintain positive outlooks. I think uplifting thoughts. I keep my mind focused upon the aspect of being that I want to express in my life. This daily word was inspired by Corinthians 1:14-20. Brethren, do not be children in your thinking, but in thinking be mature. Again, the daily word for today is creative thinking. The affirmation, center on God within. I think clearly and creatively. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. And so we're going to go ahead and prepare for our time of meditation now. As we get comfortable in our chairs and we take this affirmation into our time of meditation with us. So we turn to the divine within. We allow the chair to support us. We feel our legs heavy on the chair. Our hands can just rest in our laps. And again, we feel the weight of them. We can close our eyes or we can gaze upon our Christ candle or find a spot before you. But this is the time to turn within. So whether it's closing your eyes or gazing at the candle, we go back to our breath. We take that breath in through the heart and we exhale through the heart. We breathe in peace. And as we exhale, we allow that peace to fill us, to anchor us. The sound of the piano, the sounds outside just allow us to go deeper into relaxation. Our arms are heavy. Our forehead smooths. Our ears and shoulders come down. We feel the weight of our body. And then we shift to the eyes behind our eyes. Become the eyes behind the eyes. That soul part of you. That true part of you. Your peaceful center. Feeling love as you fill yourself and immerse yourself in love. Recognizing that the soul part of you is different than that physical part of you. You are not a body with a soul, but a soul with a body. And so allowing your soul to bless this body, this beautiful vehicle that allows you to enjoy memories with family and friends, to do your work and your purpose. And then give thanks for being able to see and feel the difference between the soul and the body. So those times during our week that we get wrapped up in the physical 5 senses of the world, we come back to this moment where we breathe through the heart, where we become the eyes behind the eyes, and we remember the soul divine within. And taking a moment to imagine that someone has just handed you a piece of paper. Maybe it's an index card, maybe it's a poster size, but they hand you a piece of paper, and as you turn it over, there's a word just for you. So noticing this as a gift from your higher self to you in this moment. And so as we tuck that into our heart, we take a moment to extend our hearts to everyone who has placed prayers in our prayer box, anyone who may be feeling heavy of heart or mind today. We send out a vibration of love and peace to those in our community, and we watch it grow as it spreads throughout the United States and around the world. Where there is injury, where there's sickness, where there's anger, let there be peace. Let the heart be light. In this moment, let them know at a soul level that they are divine, a divine expression of the One. And so knowing that these prayers are answered, we bring this energy back to ourselves. As we wrap ourselves in a comforting hug, as we return to feeling the chair, the weight of our body in the chair, recognizing that chair that's been supporting us, as we've dived into the divine within. And so we take a breath. We say thank you, thank you, thank you for moments like this where we can slow down and turn within. And we take a breath. We start to wiggle our fingers and our toes. We become more aware of our surroundings. We slowly open our eyes when we're ready to do so. As we give thanks, as we say amen and amen.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, the tools that we create with. Our thoughts our prayers. That spirit resonates with. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of mindfulness. I know that God is always there, and every thought becomes a prayer. My words are prayers, and we are always praying. My words are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Choose a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness. I know that God is always there, and every thought becomes a prayer. My life's a prayer, and I am always praying. My life's a prayer. I'm careful what I'm saying. I choose a higher consciousness, a state of mindfulness, and I know that God is always there, and I know that God is always here, and every thought becomes a prayer. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, Paula. Thank you. That was great. Yes, and what a great way to kick off our new series too, everybody. So it's going to be, I ran it by Juan, and he said, I think you just got to warn them that it's heady. It's not one of my touchy-feeling ones today, okay? So kind of pretend like you're back in school again. We're going back to our basic metaphysics, and metaphysics sometimes get us in our head, right? So when you feel like you're getting really a lot in your head, just take a breath and go back to your heart and then start processing it through your heart again. Okay, that's what I'm going to say about this series. But it's 6 weeks, 9 energy experiments of how to prove that our thoughts create our reality. Now, we teach it all the time. In fact, we have 5 unity principles. These are the tenets of our teaching. And unity principle number 3 is our thoughts have creative power to determine events and attract experiences. It's what we teach every Sunday. So we teach it, and a lot of us can say this by memorization, but are we living it? Do we believe it? That's what we're going to be doing over these next 6 weeks, okay? We're going to be metaphysicians, if I can get the word out, for 6 weeks, okay? We're going to actually prove it. Pam Grout, who's the author of the book, she calls this energetic field that we're going to play with the field of potentiality. The field of potentiality, or FP if you're reading the book. The field of potentiality. Now, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's called the Force. Okay, so if you got to go back to the Force, please do so. I know that's sometimes how it works with me. Now, our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, said this: all things were first in the invisible before they came forth into manifestation. Everything was in the invisible before it came forth into manifestation. And he often writes about the 4th dimension, which is this energetic field where there's freedom and opportunity in this wonderful realm of infinite possibilities, of infinite potentiality. And so how wonderful that we can recognize it and say, okay, I'm going to hold on to this and take it for my own. No longer will it just be a thought or a theory, but now I'm going to prove it to myself. So that's exactly what the author wanted to do. She wanted to prove to herself, rather, that this invisible energy field, this field of potentiality, was 100% reliable. Now, she is a New Thought student. She goes to a course in miracles, and so she too had learned our thoughts create our reality. But she thought, I'm going to prove it, and she figured the best way to take a spiritual teaching and prove it was to work on it. So, you may be here every Sunday, or maybe it's your first Sunday, but we're all in it together. We're all starting from the ground floor up, okay? Because what happens, what she reminds us in the book, is that we have programming either from our family of origin, our religion of origin, our culture that we're in, and it all limits our thoughts and it usually tells us we're not good enough or spiritual enough or there's no way that we're that powerful enough. And so we're going to take all of that subconscious programming and we're going to tell it, hey, you get to quiet down for a while. I'm not listening to you for six weeks, or maybe just 2 days at a time, okay? Whatever it takes for you. So that's why it's because of all this other, noise that we hear and belief systems that we've been told that sometimes we feel like manifesting our dreams is not possible for us. But I'm here to remind you, and so is Pam, our new friend Pam, that it is possible. So we're going to set aside all of our doubts, and we're going to ask ourselves the what-if question. What if I can create reality through my thoughts? What if I'm powerful beyond measure? What if I've been letting past programming and thoughts get in the way of manifesting the life I want? What if? We can play in the what if. Because remember, we get so also distracted by our five senses. The invisible realm, the energy realm, is not something that you can see, hear, or touch. So she says, subtle energies, thoughts, emotions, consciousness play the starring roles in our life experiences, but because they're invisible, we haven't attempted to understand them or use them in our favor. So now is the time to recognize it, to call it what it is, and to use them in our favor. Because remember, our thoughts are vibrational waves. We know this scientifically. Our thoughts are vibrational waves. And so the creative process is a thought with a strong feeling behind it. The law of mind action that we teach in Unity says the thoughts we hold in mind are what we experience. If you don't like what you're experiencing, change your thoughts. Thought vibrations draw similar vibrational matches. So again, this is why we have to do the deep inner healing work. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. I would rather just sit here and meditate, Stacy. I'd rather just say my affirmations. Well, guess what? Your affirmations you're sending out, what you're sending out is the strong emotional thought vibrations underneath. So if you don't do the deep inner healing work, then you're right. You're not seeing it manifest on the outside what you want. We got to do that deep healing work so that that's the emotional vibrancy that goes out, vibration that goes out. So part of this, again, we're going to start easy today, but part of this is also as you go through the next few weeks looking at or being aware of what's coming up for me that still needs to be healed. Here's a wonderful opportunity to be able to look at those parts of ourselves that say, oh, this still needs some tenderness, some compassion. I need to reparent myself in this area in my life. Yeah, and so when you meet, for those of you who have signed up for our study groups, and there's still time, we've extended it till this afternoon, but so if you sign up for our study groups in person or online, this is something I'm going to really encourage that you share with one another. What are the unhealed parts of myself that are blocking me from what I want to create? And if you're not in one of our study groups, I will encourage you to journal that or talk to a good friend or a therapist or a minister about it. You know, what are the unhealed parts of myself that are blocking what I want to create in my life, manifest in my life? So instead of focusing on what we don't want, we're going to focus on what we do want, right? Paul Hasselbeck, Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, who is the author of all of our metaphysics textbooks, he says, demonstration is always occurring whether the results are liked or not. Demonstration is always occurring whether the results are liked or not. So here's an opportunity to get out of those bad habits. What are the bad habits? Those bad habits are when we say to ourselves, I'm not spiritual enough to manifest my goals. Or we say, I never get what I want to create my life with, or, when I try to create my life or manifest my life, it never works out for me. I just must be doing something wrong, or I'm just not spiritual enough, or it happens for those people over there. It happens for Pam, but not for me. It works for everyone else. When you catch yourself with any kind of form of those thoughts, you're going to see a big red stop sign, okay? We're going to promise each other, right? I'm holding my own self to this. I'm speaking to myself today too, everyone. We're going to put a whole stop sign up that says, that's not true, okay? Because our brains are so busy. Our brains get about $1 billion. I'm manifesting already. Yeah, there we go. Our brains are getting billions of pieces of information, is what I was going to say. Billions of pieces of information coming at us. And so what our brains do then is go to what it's used to. So and I've used this analogy before, those neural pathways is like a ski slope. So when you get at the top of the hill, if there's already a well-worn path, well, then that's the easiest way down. But if you're trying to make a new path, it's going to take a lot of effort and repetition to make that new path. Juan was reminding me when we went with the boys to Flagstaff at the beginning of the year and we were doing cross-country skiing. And it was so lovely because they make the path for you. And we're like, oh, yeah, look at us. We're like pros. We're on the path. And then someone like ahead of you is slow or falls, and so you have to get off the path. And that's when you realize, oh, this is a lot of work. Right. This is not so easy. I got to forge a new path. So that's what we're going to be doing with our brains. We're going to be changing our neural pathways and creating a new path, which then changes our consciousness. And when we change our consciousness, we change our life. When we change our life, we get what? A deep peace that appears. Your mind will catch on, and joy will rise up. Ideas will materialize. So you're going to want to keep your mind focused on what is it that I want to experience? What do I want to experience? And even more so, again, what do I want to feel? What do I want to feel? Do I want to feel joy? Okay, feel joy. What does that feel like? Do I want to feel love? Okay, immerse yourself in love. What does that feel like? Do I want to feel prosperous? $1 billion ideas, folks, come on. Yeah, let me soak in that feeling. Okay, it's the feeling. Remember, that feeling is like, I don't know, when you light the match to the flame. Okay, that feeling is what's going to ignite the creative process. So that's the foundation of the work we're going to be doing. So I'll be giving an overview on Sundays, and then for 48 hours, you'll have an experiment to try out. And then if you're in one of our study groups, again, there's still time online or in person to sign up, then you'll get together in smaller groups and talk about, share, here's where I'm struggling, or wow, here's what I discovered. you'll be able to share in community with those. Okay, so here's our first experiment. We're going to be proving the dude abides principle. She's got great names for all these principles. Much better than basic principle number 1, right? This is the dude abide principle. There is an invisible energy force or field of infinite possibilities. Again, this is our unity principle number 1, so it's not something that we just teach, but we're actually going to put it to the test this week. But this idea that there's a wise, abundant force in the universe that underlies all of existence. And again, it's because our childhood programmings or religions get in the way, or our culture, we just soak it all in. It gets in the way, and it tells us that this presence is a vague, mysterious force to be reckoned with. We a lot of times see God as a man God, as a Superman God, as a Santa Claus God. Oh, please, God, please bring me this for today, right? So our Santa Claus, our Superman God, that's what has gotten in the way, which has been convenient for many reasons, but it's also then what our collective consciousness has brought us to here. And so we get to make the change and do a new ski slope path, right, for the collective whole. Because we're not usually expecting to find this presence, or we think we can't because we're not worthy enough or spiritual enough, right? The minister does that. The priest does that. We don't do that. No, each and every one of us are a part of it, and so we can tap into it because we are actually expressions of this infinite possibility, this energy. Yeah, so we're going to start thinking of this force, this energy force, the same as we would electricity. And I love this example. She says, we don't wonder, am I good enough to plug my toaster oven in? We don't wonder, have I prayed long enough or deep enough or the right way in order to turn my light switch on? Right? We don't question it. So in the same way that you don't feel guilty or wonder if you're spiritual enough to turn on your lights, it's the same thing you're going to do. You're not going to feel guilty plugging in your phone. You're not going to feel guilty or like you're not worth having your life's dreams and desires, having the same experience with the field of energy of the universe. So when I'm getting stuck, I want you to notice, when I'm getting stuck doubting, can I really create infinite possibilities in my life? What is my limiting thoughts about myself? There's a Christian mystic, Thomas Merton, who said, our ideas of God tell us more about ourselves than about him. And so in the same way, again, if we replace that, if we modernize that sentence, our ideas of the field of possibilities, the infinite presence, tell us more about ourselves than about the field itself. So if you're feeling antsy or unworthy or guilty for asking for a blessing, which is what you're going to be doing this week, I want you to really notice that. Wow. There's a feeling of unworthiness there, or that I don't deserve just a blessing from the universe. And so maybe that's something to journal with, or talk again in your group with, or reach out and get support for. Yeah, because each one of us is worthy of all of the gifts of the universe. Here's a great quote too. You're only aware of the reality you choose to observe. You're only aware of the reality you choose to observe. So some of you remember my Mexican vacation. The reality could have been focused on, that fun, fabulous family time that was under adventurous conditions. Or I could have been focused on the mosquitoes, the humidity, the non-flushing toilets, and the loud music. The situation was the same, but my thoughts determined my experience of it. And there was times I noticed the discomfort and said, oh, now we have to go to Cancun from Tulum. There's times that we had to make the adjustments. But my thoughts stayed on what it was I wanted to create. And the reality was, the truth was, I had started creating it 4 years prior. Because 4 years prior, Graham was graduating from middle school and Julia in high school, and I said, holy camole, in 4 years, we're going to have a high school graduate and a college graduate and a 25th year wedding anniversary. We need a big vacation. So I'd already set it in motion that it was going to be a big family vacation. That's where my thoughts were. That's where my feelings were. And that's what got created. The same thoughts created the vacation, created the situation. Remember that Jesus said, all the miracles that I do, all the things that I've demonstrated on earth, you can do and more. Yeah. It's there for all of us. Why? Because you are the expression that carries the idea to manifestation in the physical. Let me say that again. I should have had a slide for that one, Suan. You are the expression that carries the idea to manifestation in the physical. So the first step in creating or manifesting is to recognize our oneness with the field of potentiality, to know that the spiritual universe is the source of our supply. Where we place our attention grows. So here's the specific concepts, the spiritual concepts for the week. So you cannot ask too much from the field of potentiality because it's unlimited. Go for it. Go big, go small. It's there for you. You are part of this presence, expressing the energy through you. Therefore, your words, thoughts, feelings, deeds create your world. There is a divine wisdom that underlies all of the universe that is already within you. So that same intelligence that repairs a skin knee or makes a tree grow, that is also the divine wisdom within you. And the infinite presence is equal and available to all of us. Not some of us, but all of us. And so here is our first experiment. We're going to ask the field of possibilities for a blessing or an unexpected gift. Now notice how you're feeling, because some of you are like, yeah, and some of you are like, oh, I can already see and feel that on your faces, okay? So just notice. Here's your experiment this week. I'm going to ask the field of possibilities for a blessing or an unexpected gift. You're going to make it real clear, and you're going to say when it's going to start and when it's going to end, and it's going to be for 48 hours. I suggest you say it's going to start now, and it will go to Tuesday, because then our groups will meet Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So I would say right now, okay, here I am. I'm asking to be shown field of possibilities, a gift or a blessing. And then you're going to observe for the next 48 hours. So listen, it could be a song that you hear. It could be a name you hear. It could be a heart-shaped leaf you see on a walk. It could be a letter that you receive or something a friend says. So just notice and observe a blessing or a gift that you received this week. And then, again, in the book itself, at the end of every chapter, she has a lab sheet. And you can also journal this, too, if you don't have the book. But, you write down what the experiment is. I mean, it says on the top there if you have the book. And then the time you started, the time you'll end, and what your experience of it was. And I'm also going to add that include in there, again, what did I notice about how I was feeling about this? What still needs to be healed within me? What thought needs a denial and an affirmation? Yeah. So this week, it's to prove to yourself that there is an invisible energy force, a field of infinite possibilities, and that it's yours for the asking. And so that's going to be our affirmation. There is an invisible energy force, a field of infinite possibilities, and it is mine for the asking. Ready? Join me in this. There is an invisible energy force, a field of infinite possibilities, and it is mine for the asking. Okay, we're going to do that again. Ready? With belief behind it. Here we go. There is an invisible energy force, a field of infinite possibilities, and it's mine for the asking. Yes, it is. So I will see you back here next week for the Volkswagen Jetta principle, everyone. Okay, have a great week. Thank you.
Have to wait. You can start. I catch up.
So we got to be on our toes for Stacy's lesson. All right. Spread your wings and fly. You belong to the sky. Many wonders lie waiting within your mind's eye. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe. With great clarity, claim your destiny beyond perceived boundaries, like possibilities. And as you believe, you will receive. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe. And as you believe, you will receive. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe. Keep hanging on, sight unseen. The world belongs to those who believe in their dreams. You will receive. As you believe. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Paula and Tommy, for holding the fort down this week. Fabulous job, thank you. And Stacy, is anybody else as excited about this upcoming 6 weeks as I am? Oh man, I'd give anything to alter what goes on between these two ears. It's a scary, scary place. Anyway, in keeping with our mission statement, Unity of the Oaks is a loving, heart-centered, spiritual community here to be love in action, to encourage personal growth, awaken spiritual curiosity, and transform lives. Boy, that is what we do. I wish we were here every day. Okay. Today we have an opportunity for you to partner with us to keep this going. When you give a financial gift to Unity of the Oaks, it allows us to fulfill this mission, making it more than just spoken words on Sunday morning. We have action. We are a group of action. We have 4 ways to give your love offering to Unity of the Oaks. Text the number on your screen or use the QR code for those of you that are tech savvy. And you can also, we have on the giving table a place to, for the giving basket on the giving table. All right, she'll get through it. Or you can visit our website giving page. It's there, so that's easy, 4 ways. Take a moment now to focus your attention on your giving heart. Feel the abundance of receiving. Visualize the mission statement coming to life. Now, please join me in the love offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God. Thank you for partnering with us to bring spiritual, inspirational messages that transform lives. You are a part of helping us raise the consciousness of the world. We value and appreciate your gifts deeply. All right, Juan, he's going to come tell us about everything that's going on around here.
Thank you, Rhonda. Good morning, everyone. I'm Juan Ros, sometimes referred to as the First Gentleman. Today, I'm the platform assistant. Here's a few reminders of what's going on at our church. And the 3 reminders for today are: today is the last day to sign up for one of our 4 E² groups, which start this week. This is a way for you to dive deeper into the concepts of the book with your Unity friends and share your results of these experiments. We have 2 online groups and 2 in person at different times and days. So please sign up by 2 p.m. today. Suwan can help you after service if needed. A love offering of $10 a meeting is suggested, but no one is turned away from participating. Number 2, today there will be a town hall meeting after the service. Please plan to stay a while so the board can share information about our current search for a new meeting space and get input from all of you. And 3, this Wednesday, August 31st, 7 p.m., Sherry Hersey leads a special Taizé service, chanting, sound bath, meditation. You're not going to want to miss it. It's a relaxing spiritual service. It will be offered on a sliding scale of $20 to $50, so pay at your comfort level. And this will be held at CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living in Simi Valley, and also available online. And the tickets online are $20. Is that all on there? Yep, it's all on there. Okay. You can find all of this information in our weekly e-letter and our monthly hard copy newsletter that is mailed out. And be sure to catch the slideshow 5 minutes before service during all the great concert, the great pre-service concert that has all of the announcements. Okay, and now, Reverend Stacy with some thank yous to extend.
Okay. Thank you, First Gentleman. Just us at the house now, so I think I'll just walk around the house saying, okay, First Gentleman. Feed the dog, First Gentleman. Okay, so our thank yous today. We want to thank Judy for helping with our video 2 weeks ago. You stepped in and did so much for that video when I had my rebound COVID case. So thank you to Reverend Judy for stepping in. And thank you to Suwan, who's always so great with our reminders and our slideshow. And we also had a thank you. Betsy had 5 jobs last week or something, right? Where's Betsy? There you are, Betsy. Thank you. Thank you for stepping in and keeping our community running. Now, we do have Unity's World Day of Prayer coming up. World Day of Prayer has been going on for a couple decades now, actually. It's September 7th. And so special prayer request forms. Oh, Susan. See, she hands and she says, here, you can show it, and then I forget I have it here. For World Day of Prayer, there's a special form. You can list everyone that you would like us, our prayer team, to pray with you. And then Susan will also be emailing this then to Unity so that they can also have even more amplified prayer around your prayer requests, okay? So these are in the back, and you can put them in our prayer box. If you're online, go ahead and go to our website, prayer@UnityoftheOaks.org, and just let us know it's for World Day of Prayer. Okay, and then we will have a couple great events coming up for World Day of Prayer. I always do a live on Wednesdays at 12:30 on Facebook, but it will be a half hour of prayer and meditation on that day. And then we'll be joining the larger Unity community at unity.org at 5 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. on September 7th, we're going to collectively join with Unity of Ventura and have 15 minutes of collective prayer time. So both church communities coming together wherever you're at on September 7th, 7 to 7:15, okay? So please mark your calendar so you can participate in those World Day of Prayer events. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to hear about your experiments. Has anyone already gotten a blessing? I'm already feeling the blessings. Oh, Donna, nice. Okay, yes, I love it. If you're here with us, then go ahead. We will have hospitality very quickly today because then we will have a town hall meeting with some updates. But again, thank you so much for shining your light. Thank you so much for being here. I love, 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 and appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you. Namaste. I behold, I see it, behold, absolutely adore the light in each and every one of you. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, blessings, everyone. Happy Sunday. And we'll sing our way out now.
Let's join in our peace song. Everybody stand. Hold each other by heart versus hand. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.